you guys are playing Madden 21 Ultimate Team and you do need coins for that new card coming out, head over to Red Zone Coins. They are super reliable. Use code Jurisco at checkout for 20% off. What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jurisco coming at you guys with another video, boys, and today I want to go over how this one thing can change the yard forever. Yes, forever, fellas. And also I want to go over my final Madden 22 beta thoughts, how I feel about it, how I feel about going forward. So let's go and hop into it. Now, if you guys have not already, make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe, fellas. Doing those three things will go a long way, and I would highly appreciate it. And also, make sure you turn on that bell notification so you guys never miss anything Madden 22. Alright, fellas, so now I'm about to go hop into my final beta thoughts and a huge that EA does need to fix. What I'm going to be having in the background playing is the new gameplay trailer that they did just drop today. It was a deep dive of, you know, the next gen stuff that will be happening with all gameplay. So I will have a link to that in the description below, because like I said, it did drop today. I didn't really want to cover it because it was basically already stuff that we kind of knew. It was just basically stuff that we knew. So yeah, I didn't really want to cover that. But something did stick out to me, and I do want to talk about. So first thing I do want to talk about is my final beta thoughts. The beta does end this Thursday, so if you are playing the beta, it does end on Thursday. So yeah, I played a bunch. I've played a bunch of the beta. I played a bunch of the yard. I played a bunch of games, I played a bunch of ranked, a bunch of, you know, the campaign, the live events, all that. I played a bunch of it, and yeah, I definitely have some thoughts on it, and just how I see it going. Alright, fellas, so the first thing I do want to talk about my Madden 22 beta feedback is going to be this game day momentum and the game day atmosphere. So, the reason why I want to bring this up in this video, firstly, is because this will not be on current gen at all. This is a next gen only feature. So, the stuff that you're seeing on your screen right now with the momentum, you know, bar on the top of the scoreboard and the M factors, all this type of stuff, that will only be on next gen. The game day factors, this is all gonna be on next gen only. It will not be on current gen, and that's because EA is trying to push it as, you know, a next gen feature. This is like a back of the box type of thing that's going on, where, you know, they have to push it as that. They're trying to push it as, you know, this is something new in the game, and you know they try to push it as that. So this will not be in current gen at all. If you play current gen Madden 22, it will not be there at all, so you won't have to worry about that at all. So yeah, I want to also bring it up because how I feel about it. I don't mind. I mean, I noticed it a lot. At first I didn't notice it, but as I went on, I definitely noticed it a lot, because I would be trying to make a, you know, a slant into a fade or something like that, and it just wouldn't work. I just thought it was the game being broken, but no, it was the momentum going crazy on me. So that's what it was, and you know, I just had to get used to it, because, you know, if you throw an interception, it's gonna end up happening and stuff like that. It just depends on what, you know, what M factor activates basically. But something that I don't like is gonna be the game day factor. So it's like the stuff that you're seeing on your screen right here. So basically, let's just say you're the Bears and you're home. Now that away team is gonna have a harder time kicking because you're the Bears at home. So that type of stuff I don't think is good. I feel like it's gonna be like, I just feel like you get too much of an advantage for being home. I know that's something that happens in real life, but I just feel like it's too much of an advantage. And I just feel like it's really just unfair, honestly. And I feel like it should be a competitive thing. Now, realistic, I mean, not realistic. It should be, you know, just sim or franchise stuff. Yeah, maybe, but for competitive, you know, any type of comp mode or comp, you know, setting, I don't think it should be a thing at all. I do not think it should be a thing. Now, like I said, momentum, I don't mind that, because like I said, if you, it's a reward for doing good. If you throw an interception, you know, that opposing team is gonna get, you know, a boost or something. Like, they're gonna get something that goes in their way. But if you score a touchdown, you're gonna get something that goes in your way. So I feel like that's good. The momentum is good, but the game day factor stuff, that's just not it. Like I said, like you're seeing right here, fewer standard reserves for visiting teams in Mile High City. I feel like stuff like that is not good for, you know, just, I feel like it's not good for a competitive game style. Now, fellas, talking about all like the glitches and stuff like that that's this in the beta, there wasn't a bunch of glitches, but there is one glitch that did make it in from last year. It was only one, and it was basically the bullet pass glitch, where if you tried to bullet pass between like 1 to 5 yards, and you tried to throw the ball down, past the line of scrimmage, and you try to do a bullet pass and it would lob the ball like 50 million miles in the air, that still happens. That still happens when you try to bullet pass it and it basically does a lob pass. But I told EA, I told the devs that they do need to fix that, so they do have the feedback, so that should be fixed once the game comes out, because like I said, that was one of the biggest glitches last year and it made it into the beta. So yeah, I definitely told them to fix that, and that should be fixed day one. So that's a huge W, because if they fixed that, it wasn't nothing else too big. It wasn't no other glitch that was like, you know, insanely crazy. Like last year, remember we had the fumble glitch where if you fumbled the ball too late, or you fumbled it or you pitched it and nobody was able to pick up the ball. That's not in the game no more. It wasn't in the beta, so you don't have to worry about nothing like that. But there was one glitch that did make it in, and that should be fixed once the game comes out. Now, fellas, talking about animations and stuff like that. Animation wise, there are a bunch of new animations. Yard wise, there's a bunch of new animations. It's a lot. There's a bunch of new like catching animations, post-catch animation. So like, let's just say you possess to catch a slant or something, like you fall on the ground, your player, like, sometimes there's like a little jump up, it's like the jump where you laying down, you like jump up off the ground. There's a bunch of animations like that. They did a bunch of stuff for post-catch animations, all that type of stuff. It's like a bunch of new stuff in that area. But the only thing where the animation didn't change, or they're the same, is basically just the jukes and spins. They didn't add like a bunch of new, like they didn't add no new jukes or spins, and you can't customize or anything. But I did give them feedback on that, and that can easily change once the game comes out. So that's really the only area where I saw there wasn't nothing new really in that, the animation space. There was no new like jukes or anything in the beta, but like I said, it could easily change. I let them know that they should add that because we're gonna be able to change like celebrations and stuff like that. So since we could change that type of stuff once the game comes out, I feel like we should be able to change our jukes. At least let us change our jukes to the normal jukes, because the jukes that like the behind the back juke and the spins in the beta, they're really slow. I don't know if it's just because it's next gen or not, but they're really slow. Like they're slower than last year. So I feel like they should at least let us change them to the normal NFL jukes, to where you do a normal juke. And I feel like that would be a lot better than how it is now, where we have to deal with a slow behind the back, take 1,000 years to do a juke type stuff. I really don't like the juke, so I think they should allow us to change them, because they would make it just way better. And then like just seeing different juke animations, just seeing different ones, like let's say behind the head or something like that, just different type of ones. I think that would be a huge W for for them in the future, and I feel like they should really change that. Now, fellas, I want to get into the avatar progression. So I feel like the avatar progression is really good. So remember how last year, you go through 20 levels and you get all the skill points and max out the prototype. This year it's 20 levels like how it was last year, and the progression is for the most part the same. The progression, you get the 20 skill points, but the difference is it takes longer this year. So let's just say every 2 games you got a skill point. Now it takes like every 4 to 5 games. It's about 4 to 5 games to get to get to that next level, to get to that next level, get a skill point. So it takes a lot longer this year. It's gonna take a lot longer, and also you can't get every skill point. Like I said in a couple videos ago, you cannot you get every single skill point maxed out in on your class. You're gonna have to pick and choose which categories you want maxed out, because some classes are gonna have 6 to 7 categories of upgradable stuff like speed, catching, and stuff like that. Some classes are gonna have more than others, so you're not gonna be able to max out every single class. You're just not gonna be able to. It's not gonna be like that this year. So you're really gonna have to be picky and decisive on where you want to spend your skill points this year. So I feel like that's a good thing. I feel like the avatar progression is really good. It's not super quick. It's a good amount of time now. You're not gonna be able to max somebody out in an hour or something like that. It's gonna be actually a good progression, and you're gonna get a good amount of skill points. But like I said, you're gonna be real. You're gonna have to be real decisive this year. Now, another big thing I did take away from the beta was the aggressive catching. The aggressive catching was kind of OP, like how it was last year. The aggressive catching was kind of OP, but honestly, this year it wasn't a lot of animation. For the most part, the aggressive catching is only OP because the ball will just go through your player's hands or the defender's hands. Sometimes it just happens a lot, and I don't think it should be a thing. I think I already told them this. I gave them the feedback on this. They need to fix when the ball just goes through a defender's hands. If there's a 2-man animation where receiver just bags and absolutely abuses the DB, okay, that doesn't really happen as much, but it happens way too. What happens way too often is just the ball going right through the defender's hands when it should have been a pick. If the ball literally just attaches to the guy's hands, it's literally a pick. but no, it just goes right through it, and then the receiver will catch it. So that happens way too much. I told them they need to fix it, so hopefully this is fixed once the game comes out, because I just feel like it happens way too much. It just hurts the, you know, reward of, you know, actually playing good defense. If you play good defense, you know, you go up for the interception, the ball goes straight through your hands. I feel like that happens way too often. I am gonna talk about my best class build in another video. Who is the best class to, you know, build up and stuff like that. I'm gonna talk about it in another video. But the last thing I do want to talk about is the one thing that will change the yard if EA does not, you know, make a change to it. It's gonna change the yard forever. And this one thing is the movement. As I was playing along, I told you guys, you know, in 2 videos ago, I was telling you guys, you know, how the movement is huge. You know, I would probably be able to, you know, deal with it, even though it's not really that good. Nah, I'm not even gonna lie. It's terrible. It's just bad because the acceleration is just too slow. I kept playing, trying to get used to it, but the acceleration is just not there. And for the yard, it has to be there. Your user skill has to be it has to be fun, and it has to be, you know, it has to be real, like, it has to give you all control, basically. If you're going all slow, or your player's not moving as fast as you want it, or should be moving as fast, it's gonna hurt. It's not gonna be as fun. This type of player movement will only be on next gen. It's not gonna be bad on current gen. It's probably gonna be the exact same way how it is now on current gen. It's probably like that for Madden 22 current gen. So for current gen, you don't gotta worry about this movement at all. But next gen, this is a next gen only thing, and like I said, this movement is just not it. It's just, they have to fix it. They have to fix it. I told EA that they have to fix it. And they basically had told me, when I told them, they basically said, don't expect a huge change to it on day one. Don't expect a huge change, because it's basically their realistic type of thing that they got going on, and you know, they're trying to stick with this. So they might make a little bit of a tuning to it, but I feel like they should just tune it all the way up. Tune up at least the acceleration. Just tune it up at least the excel, because I feel like that's the biggest problem is acceleration. Your players just speed up way too slow. They speed up way too slow, and it needs to be a fix to it. And like I said, this is next gen only, because honestly, it felt like even the fastest classes, like even like the Moonshot, Lucky 7, it felt like even they were moving as slow as like the slower prototypes, or just or classes that didn't have any speed. They feel like they all move the same, and they just really don't accelerate. So that's the first thing. It's just like they really need to change the acceleration. I'm talking about movement wise. First thing is the acceleration, and the second thing is the change direction. The change direction is really bad. Like it feels like you're just moving like in slow motion when you try to change direction. Even when you're juking, it feels like it's like slow motion. Like the juke should never really feel like super slow, because that's a bad thing. The juke should always be fast. It's a fast type of, you know, move, so that should always feel fast. Now spins, you know, that could feel all slow, but jukes, I feel like the jukes need to be fast. The change direction needs to be faster. It just needs to happen, or it's gonna hurt. You know, it's gonna hurt the yard. And also, change direction is also, you know, just how you move across the field. So let's just say, you know, you're trying to, you know, guard somebody, and you can't get in position, or you're just never going to be in position because your player just moves like a, you know, like a snail. So that's just how it is, and that's how I've taken it from in the beta. It just feels like you're never going to be in position. It's so hard to be in position, you know, just for an interception, or just be able to pass, you know, break up the ball, because your player is just moving so slow side to side, and you know, he takes forever to accelerate. It's a terrible combination. And if EA does not change this going forward, if EA keeps this movement the same going forward, it's gonna hurt the yard in the long run. It's gonna hurt the yard, because this game mode relies solely on user skill, and that's like the fun part of it. So if that part of it is not fun, it's going to hurt the yard, and it's going to be a negative on the yard going forward. But you guys let me know in the comments below, how do y'all feel about all this information? How do y'all feel? Like, this is my feedback personally, but y'all let me know how y'all felt about the beta, how y'all felt about the beta, how y'all feel about, you know, my opinion and stuff like that. Let me know in the comments below. Do y'all think it's a W? Do you think it's an L? Let me know. And yeah, just let me know your thoughts on it also down in the comments. But alright guys, that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe for more, and until next time, peace.